YouTube, what's going on? If you're new here, my name's Roger. I own a company called QVO Tactical where we make holsters and gear and also film content for this channel. In today's video, we have something really cool to show you all. In today's video, we are showcasing my first bolt-action long-range precision rifle. I'm talking about the new Screech Owl from JTAC Industries. Now, as always, I like to tell you guys how I go about getting these products in for review. You all might remember the review we did on the Elf Owl from JTAC a couple years back. We had such a blast shooting that video, and they mentioned that they would be coming out with a longer range precision version in 6.5 Creedmor called the Screech Owl, so here we are. They asked us if we'd be interested in reviewing the gun, and of course I said yes. They were nice enough to provide this 22-inch Screech Owl in 6.5 Creedmor with the clean OD green Cerakote for us to use for the video and for us to keep. Additionally, I reached out to our awesome friends over at Primary Arms and Ultimate Ammunition. After talking to both of them, we figured out that the perfect combination for this rifle would be the Primary Arms GLX 4-16 scope and the 140 grain hybrid sniper 6.5 Creedmor round from Ultimate Ammunition. We mounted the PA scope using the compact dual lever mount from our buddies over at Bobro Engineering, which is easy to mount and keeps the scope low and close to the bore. All three companies were generous and provided the scope, the mount, and the ammunition free of charge for us to use in this video. Okay, so before we get into the range footage, let's go over how I have the rest of this rifle set up. In addition to the items mentioned before, I also installed a cherry bomb muzzle device made by Q. I've really been digging how easy it is to use the taper mount system when putting on and taking off suppressors. We've been working with the guys over at CGS Group in the last few months in regards to suppressors as well. We decided to rock their 3D printed Helios Qd titanium suppressor. This suppressor features their varying core diameter, which allows for optimum sound suppression without the need for additional length. Something you guys will definitely notice here when we get to the range footage. The CGS Helios Qd Ti Suppressor is rated for 5.56 all the way up to 300 Norma Magnum and has a lifetime warranty. I paired the Helios suppressor with the Reardon Manufacturing Atlas thread adapter. This allows me to keep the overall length of the suppressor minimal while being able to directly mount it onto the Q Cherry Bomb muzzle device or other taper mount systems. I then threw on a Magpul M-Lock bipod in addition to an Orion Design Group light body with an Addaball illumination light head. To me, this made for the perfect long-range precision rifle for both day and night. Day and night. Now, what we all want to see, the range footage. So for this video, we actually had two different range sessions. We did our first one during the day with John, Josh, Corey, and myself. We headed out to one of our shooting spots here in Vegas and set up targets at roughly 200, 400, 600, and 800 yards. Now, if you're not familiar with the ACSS reticle made by Dimitri and used in the Primary Arms lineup, I definitely think you should take a look. Here's why. The Apollo reticle used in the GLX 4-16 scope is specifically designed for the 140 grain 6.5 Creedmor round. I got a nice 0 at 50 yards, and then using a C-zone size steel target, I confirmed at 600 yards. Once this is done, I can now use the reticle to hold over for my distances. Here's some footage of us going through that process. All right, first rounds to get us on paper at 50, and then we will confirm at 6. Ugh. You good, John?
Yep. Bad.
Go down, confirm. All right, out here 50. These were the first 3 rounds right there. Go ahead and circle them for me, John. So we will make our adjustments, take another 3 shots, and get zeroed. All right, guys, so it looks like we're about 1.5 inches down, 1.5 inches to the right. So doing the math, it looks like we're zeroing at 50 yards. That's going to be 1.8 inches for every mil. The scope's in 1/10 mil. So we're going to go up 8 clicks and left 8 clicks, which puts us just at about 1.6 inches, so a little over. We'll see where we're at, and if we have to dial in from there, we will. All right, so it looks like we got windage squared away. So now we just need to come up with elevation. Looks like 1/2 inch. So if we're doing almost 0.2 inches per 10th mil click, then I'll try coming up 2 first, see if that puts me there. If not, it'll have to be 3, which is 0.6 inches. But yeah, we'll try it. One might have been a little right. All right, guys, so we made our final adjustments, and as you can see, we are zeroed. I'll take that. All right, now let's confirm at 600. All right, so we are confirming now at 600, and it looks like we're about, we're shooting a C-zone steel target, and we're about 7 to 8 inches low, so at 600 yards, 1/10 mil is going to be about 2.16 inches, so I'm going to go up 4 clicks, and then I'm going to go 1 click left, because we were about between 2 and 3 inches off to the right. And now we should be good at 6. Get some ammo.
Looked like it was left, but centered. I mean low and center. That was high and left. That was almost touching the bull on the left side of it.
Okay. Let's confirm at 8 now real quick.
Okay.
And then we should be good. Just to the right of it, right?
Just to the right of the bull, yeah.
All right, so I was holding up the neck.
Okay.
So as you can see, we were zeroed at 50 yards in 9 rounds, which is pretty sweet considering 6.5 Creedmor is hard to come by and a little bit pricey right now. It was a little windy out that day, but we were still able to confirm at 600 yards. After driving out and ranging from truck to truck, we realized that the 600 yard target was actually at about 640 yards, and the 800 yard target was just past 850 yards. However, now that the gun was zeroed, we had everyone give it a go, shooting at the targets from 200 yards all the way out past 800 yards. Here is a little compilation of everyone getting their hits.
Impact.
How's that?
There we are. 400.
Impact.
Tell me where you're holding.
Okay, so I'm holding just above the black dot to the right.
Go on the right hand shoulder, that little corner right there.
Well, his left shoulder, your right.
Yeah, you're right. His left, right up on the shoulder. All the way to the edge of it because it's windy out there. Impact.
Let's go.
Yep, let's go to 8.
Yeah, I'm a little farther right because it's wind's blowing out there.
now just aim if there was like a head next to his head. So your right, his left. Make sense?
Yep.
Impact.
Hey,
Let's go.
Nailed it.
That was what?
First time on the bolt gun, hitting
at
a
that.
hundo. How's that feel?
Good job.
That was good.
800 is out there,
Corey,
man.
Get back up there, man.
Campbell on the JTAC Industries Screech Owl, 6.5 Creedmor, primary arms, Apollo ACSS reticle, shooting for 800. Let's see it, Corey.
Impact.
Oh! That's how it's done, boys. First try.
Nailed it. First try.
So as you just saw, we were all able to get from 200 yards to 800 yards plus with this setup. I'm really new to the bolt gun world. In fact, this is my first time running a precision rifle like this. I think it's really cool that on our first range session, we were able to get hits from 200 yards all the way past 800 yards. I definitely think that the combination of the primary arms 4-16 with the Apollo ACSS reticle and the Ultimate Ammunition 140 grain 6.5 Creedmor round is the way to go. Not only were we all able to get our hits, but we had a lot of fun doing it. Another thing to note here is that we were using some TA Target steel targets as well as some JTAC C-Zone steel targets. The 200 and the 400 yard shots were the closest, so I put out the small steel targets for these distances. Here's some photos of John standing next to each target that we used. As you can see, the first target is only 6 inches wide and 17 inches tall. The second target at 400 yards is the mini ADAP target that is 8 inches wide by 16 inches tall. For us to be getting our hits on these targets more than 2 to 4 football fields away, that's just insane to me, guys. Okay, so speaking of that combination, let's talk about the ammo and the scope used a little more. Our friends over at Ultimate Ammunition have developed their 140 grain 6.5 Creedmor hybrid sniper round with dedication to accuracy and consistency. Like all of their ammunition, extensive testing is done to meet the most stringent of military requirements using their state-of-the-art ballistics lab. They use match tolerances for all of their precision rounds. A good way to look at this would be that their 6.5 Creedmor round is a robust and efficient round that meets military standards, but with the performance of a match quality bullet. The Ultimate Ammunition team is comprised of former and active SF snipers to include world record holder Paul Phillips with a sniper shot at 4 miles. Yes, you heard me correctly, 4 miles. This round specifically has been tested to provide sub MOA at 1,000 yards. During their testing, Ultimate Ammunition demonstrated that half MOA at 500 yards and 0.8 MOA at 1,000 yards using a standard Ruger precision rifle with a 24-inch barrel. This round is actually optimized for semi-auto platforms, and we have some stuff in the near future planned to test that out as well. I've had the pleasure of meeting with David, the owner of Ultimate Ammunition. David is truly passionate about the work that his company does, and based off of how well our range sessions went with us all being beginners when it comes to long range precision, the ammo speaks for itself. If you're looking to pick up some of this ammo, you can order directly from them on their website, or you can pick up some of this stuff from our good buddies over at Ventura Munitions, as Ultimate Ammunition and Ventura are local and they're being stocked there as well. Now, obviously, we need something to help us put these awesome rounds where we want them. That's where the primary arms 4-16 GLX scope comes into play. This particular scope comes with the Apollo ACSS reticle developed by our buddy Dimitri. This reticle is actually specifically made for the 140 grain 6.5 Creedmor round. You saw earlier how we zeroed at 50 and then adjusted and confirmed at 600 yards on steel. Once you've done that, you literally just put the number on the reticle that correlates to the distance of your target. Center is 200 yards, and then from there, if you want to hit 400 yards, you move it to the number 4, 6 for 600 and 8 for 800. I actually did this twice with a couple of different camera angles to better illustrate this. The first time is with a camera mounted to my binoculars so that you can see the hits in sequence from 200 out to 800 yards plus. I then shot this again with a Tacticam camera attached to my scope so that you could all see what I see when shooting these targets in sequence.
Ready, John?
Ready.
200, here we go.
Impact.
400.
Impact.
600.
Impact.
800.
Impact.
Hey-oh. All right, 200.
Impact.
400.
Impact.
600.
Impact.
And 800.
Impact.
Hey-oh.
Now, the Apollo ACSS reticle has several other features to include holdovers for movement and a ranging section, so you can actually range targets while engaging. In addition to that, the scope has locking turrets and an illuminated reticle with adjustments, something that we used during the nighttime portion of this video. Speaking of that, let's check out some of the nighttime shooting we did as well. Our good buddy Gabe was on leave from the military for Christmas, and of course we had to get a nighttime range session in. We headed back to our shooting spot during the nighttime and let him and John get some shots in on the Screech Owl while having it equipped with my PVS 30. You see, the Screech Owl comes with a rail adapter that allows you to use your clip-on NVG or thermal devices. Definitely something handy for shooting at night. The Screech Owl is also equipped with an integrated mag release in the chassis that makes mag changes super smooth. My girlfriend Jade also came out with us for this nighttime range session. One thing to note here is that it was actually 35 degrees out when we went shooting this time. For us here in Vegas, that is freezing. Jade has also never shot long range precision before, and this probably wasn't the most ideal conditions for her first time shooting a bolt gun, but we went with it anyway. We were all pleasantly surprised though with her first shot, so check this out.
Hey, nice. First
Holy
time.
crap!
First time shooting precision with, well, I mean, that's your first time shooting that ever, right?
Yes.
And then 6.5 Creedmor. Let me get focused back up here. So shooting the 6.5 with the PVS 30 clip on. What'd you think?
Wow.
Wow.
It's awesome.
So again, I want to preface this video by saying that none of us are long-range precision experts, nor do any of us shoot this on a consistent basis. I say this because while most of the time I do agree that it's the Indian and not the bow, I think that with this setup and the configuration that we have, it's a super easy platform to get on target with. I definitely remember how frustrating it was just getting a 0 with my Precision AR-15 at first, and after learning a little bit more about the math behind MIL and MOA, in addition to using the primary arm scope correctly, I have found our range sessions to be much more fun. I'm sure we've all had those range days where you can't get any of your hits and it's just a bummer. Well, you will not be experiencing any of that with this setup. Jade decided she wanted to get a few more shots in before getting back into the warm truck, so here's some of that footage.
Nice.
Very nice.
So guys, with our JTAC Industries 22-inch Screech Owl, we shot about 250 rounds total with 6 different shooters, and we were all able to get on target at varied distances. As you can see, we all are very new to shooting long range. I know that a lot of guys prefer to dial in your scope to the distance instead of using a BDC reticle. However, I find that using a BDC reticle allows me to get on target much faster, and honestly, I find it more fun. We wanted to have a fun range day with this gun, and I'd say by all of the laughter and smiles during this range session, mission accomplished. Thank you to our buddy Corey Campbell for flying out from North Carolina to visit and for helping us out with the video, and congrats on hitting out past 800 yards on your first time shooting a bolt gun. All right, so we got Corey Campbell here before he has to head off to the airport from the range, but you said this is your what? First, third, second?
Probably second or third time shooting precision rifle.
Nice, and you were able to hit all the way out to
800 yards, which was pretty awesome. That was really exciting.
So what are you thinking about the combination, the Screech Owl from JTAC Industries with the CGS Group Helios?
I think it is a fantastic combo. The rifle is super accurate, and then the silencer is insanely quiet. I don't have anything in my ears at all. We've been shooting super comfortably without any ears at all, so it's a match made in heaven.
Nice. How's that ACSS Apollo reticle with the 6.5?
It might be one of my new favorite reticles for doing this type of shooting.
Nice. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up our video on the JTAC Industries Screech Owl bolt action rifle. Big shout outs to all the companies involved. Thank you guys. JTAC Industries, Primary Arms, Ultimate Ammunition, Barrera Engineering. We can't say thank you enough to you guys. We appreciate your support. I don't think I could have asked for a better long range precision setup, especially for my first one. We had such a good time making this video. It felt like I can't believe it was work. This was way more fun than work. If you're in the market for a long range precision setup, or if you're new to long range precision, I would definitely consider looking at the Screech Owl along with this scope from Primary Arms and the 6.5 Creedmor from Ultimate Ammunition. You guys all saw our results from the footage in this video, and I think it speaks for itself. As always, we appreciate y'all checking out the video. If you like the video, please give us a thumbs up down below, as that does help out the channel. If you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel because we post new videos every week. If you want to further support our content, check out that Patreon link down below. Our Patreon squad is a big reason why we keep making these videos for you guys all to watch, so big shout out to them. Thank you guys. Thanks again to everybody who checked out the video. As always, I will see you in the next one. You ready, John? Let me not grunt that, hold on.
I'm good.
Ready, John?
Ready. Low.
All right, let me take a shot.
I can see the heat wave going.
Oh man, it's me. You just suck.
The last round?
No.
Did you cycle or no?
I don't believe. No, there it is.
I can see the
Oh, I know. You can see the
heat wave thing.
All right, 4.
4. Impact.
Huh?
It's you.
It's definitely me. I knew that before you sat down.
What are you doing now? 6?
Yeah.
Impact. 6 is kind of leaning.
Yeah, I think it's gonna fall.